But
Okay.
I like my bow ties too, but you don't saw them already because I'm wearing them all day
I've been
in
wearing
the other stream.
I've been wearing very American long ties.
Yeah,
Here
yeah.
we go, Lilly Andres versus Cindy. How do you pronounce that last name?
KUBIATOWICZ.
KUBIATOWICZ.
Yeah.
Sounds Czech.
In the earlier days, she was Cindy Moser, and then she married the player Filip KUBIATOWICZ.
Oh,
He's
cool.
a very, very good player here in European.
What's amazing to me is the two-bar on-goal percentage. They get on the goal quite a bit with their two bars.
Yeah, she has a very, very different stand, I think. Like she's very like putting her back over the table, like you know, it's like
She's not there. That's what I mean. They're so exciting to watch. Now, if you don't know the format here, they play to 10 points, and after someone gets to 10 points, they swap to the second element, which is doubles, and they take the points with them. And it's the first team that gets to 40 points, but win by 2. So they're starting off on Garlando, which is, we could assume, the home table of the Austrians, and of course wow, what a beautiful shot. And Lilly's always so energetic, right? She's always very fiery.
yeah, and she has so much titles. She's one of the best German players. Like I actually can't even imagine how many titles she has. Like she's a former world champion, German champion. She won everything. So it's really cool to see. But all times the problem that the Galando table is one of the more difficult tables because it's so slippery. So I want to see how the German girls play on the Galando table.
Well, she just got 2 points, which is very dangerous. Taking 2 points on the home team's table usually is not good at all for the recovery.
Yeah, for sure.
We've seen it go badly when that happens.
Yeah, and for the people who don't know the like what we are playing here, like Mark said, like it's like race to 40, but the very spicy part is that you're like playing all times. The first ball is on the one table, and after that you're like switching 2 balls on each table.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's like if you're playing other modes, like the last set, I don't know. I have to be a little bit patient also, because it's my first time. So be a little bit patient also, that you.
We want you to do 2 things. We want you to be patient and spicy.
Patient.
Because that's the 3rd time you've used the word
Yeah.
spicy. Which should be
I have to admit that this is my first time to like stream in English.
Yeah,
so
that's great. No, it's fine.
so I have to find my words, because most of the time I talk about in German about table soccer. So I have to find my wording for all the things I want to say.
Of course, take your time. You know what's great about this stream is we get people from all over the world that don't speak German or French. Now, there's a German stream, a French stream, but we pick up people from Malaysia and Chile and Peru. And it's a lot of fun that way in this chat.
Nice. But what is new, that Lilly Andres has now the whole arm tattooed. That's the first time I see it. Just for your info.
I thought she always had it. It's my first time seeing it because it's the first time I've really seen her play.
No, it's new.
Yeah.
Last time it wasn't.
You got to be careful when you get an arm tattoo before a foosball tournament, because it could get infected. And if you get an infected arm, it's probably difficult to play foosball.
Yeah, it's so cool. I just talked with Mark about it, that we are like, he said, here's a nerdy stream, so we can talk way more about table soccer. And most of the time in the German stream, we're like talking for people who like are not so familiar with table soccer. So now I can do the nerdy stuff, because I play a lot in Germany, so it's cool.
Great. Now, Lilly shot that one all the way across the goal and almost scored it, but the 2-bar efficiency is really amazing for me, how much these guys and girls put the ball on goal. Now, they don't score every time, but they put a lot of pressure on the goal because the balls are high efficiency heading toward the goal.
I have a question for you. Maybe I'm interested about your thinking, because I often talked about it with some other people. It's like you see a very difference in men's and women's. Nice shot. In men's and women's singles, and like often the most men I don't know if it's in the States like the same, but most men like play from the 2-bar to the 5-bar like passing, and from the girls you often see like that they're shooting. Do you know why there is like such difference? Why they're doing it?
Are you talking about American men in general? Or are you talking about everywhere? Are you talking about Americans?
Yeah, just for Americans, because I just know the like how they're doing it in European often.
I'll tell you why. In the United States, shooting from the 2-bar used to be the norm, and then this guy came over to the United States. His name was Federico Collignon.
Yeah.
And he won everything.
Yeah.
And he went 2 to the 5. And he's a really good shooter, by the way. He can shoot really well from the 2-bar, like really well. But his 2 to the 5 was so efficient and so effective. Tony Spredeman was an up-and-comer. He was 18 when he won his first Tornado singles championship, major singles championship. And he was also starting to do it. So I think a big reason why is Frederic is a big reason why. Now it's highly efficient. It's highly efficient, right? If you're good at it and you have the options, especially clearing the ball, you can clear just as well with the 2 to the 5 and get the ball. This is a possession play. It's a very efficient way to play the game. It's not the most exciting, but it's efficient. That's what. But the way these young ladies generate offense, and you can. I see why they don't go 2 to the 5, but you have quite a few Germans too. That beautiful shot there by Cindy. You do have. We saw Ruben.
She's one. Cindy KUBIATOWICZ is one of the best girls from Switzerland. She's all times. If you see like championships in the European countries, like the Galando World Series, like that Galano World Series, or like Leonard World Series, she's all times at the first places in the women's disciplines or in mixed.
That was beautiful. Really the quick pickup there on the push kick off of the pass, and she's through the rod at Lilly, so she's not afraid of Lilly at all. Lilly trying to return fire and firing back. I like that. I like a little. This is a little spicy. Is that the word of the day, spicy? Because I wasn't using that word until you started using it. Maybe spicy is the word of the day.
It was. I just used it for your club today. It wasn't even for the stream. It was
too late.
It was a spicy club.
We're gonna start talking about spicy all day. It's funny because Cindy shot that push kick and threw the rod, and immediately Lilly shot a push kick and got blocked, and then she shot a 5-bar shot. And so sometimes players they react to each other, and not always effectively. I'm sure Lilly wanted to shoot a push kick and yell back, but it's not always the best thing to do, to play copycat and just try to respond to what your opponent's doing. I think we're going to see some energy from Lilly, though, if she scores.
Yeah, there's a cool thing you can see, like Cindy KUBIATOWICZ has like her hands are big enough. So I often talk with girls from like in European or Germany, because like many people are blocking like the 5-bar and 2-bar and one and the goalie like with one hand, and many women don't have like big hands enough to like hold it like that, so they can like switch it. Yeah, and she's doing it. You can see it. She's like I think she has. Did you see?
I do.
Yeah. She has to be like she had enough big hands, I think, to do it.
Is she happy for you to call her big-handed Cindy?
Big-handed Cindy, I don't know. My hands are not big not so big too, but it's like I can grab it like on the last edge. Yeah. So I'm happy that I can do it because it's so much efficient. It's so much better.
Yeah. So her hands are bigger than yours.
Maybe. I think mine's are like the same. I'm holding it like the same. Like I have to use my like all the edges so that I can like only grab it.
Yeah. We got some good chat here. Good question though. I think I've had this question as well. My thought was that many men are not efficient on their 3-bar, which is why they pass on 2 from the 5 to the 3. I think it's a possession game. It's highly efficient unless you have ridiculously good 2-bars.
Yeah.
Like Ryan Moore and Billy Pappas, you'll never see them pass 2 to the 5. But Tony, his 2-bar actually isn't that good of a scoring 2-bar, so he passed 2 to the 5. That beautiful shot.
Yeah,
Cindy
nice one.
In control here. She's a 1-point tempo. We've been talking about this word tempo in chess. having a speed and space advantage. And I think right now we're basically back to even right now. But let's see. Could also be that many top women also spend lots of time playing with men. When doing so, they often play in goal. Yeah, that's also possible.
that is a good idea. Because I asked it myself so often. Because like you have to be such a great shooter, as you said, from the 2-bar.
Or just a turnover. If you're not a good shooter from the 2-bar, it's a turnover, and it gives the opposition another possession.
And that's why I ask myself why they don't play that often like 2 to 5-bar, because like it's more efficient. And I thought like, and you see a very big difference, because most of the women do that. And there is like in Germany, I only know like Milan Tran, who's like playing 2 to 5, and she's like the former world champion.
She's the current singles world champion. And that's a thing that's critical about shooting from the 2-bar that we've seen in incredible matches where there's always something open. Always. You just got to find it. From any set position, there's always a hole. You just got to find the right hole.
Yeah, if you have Ryan's 2-bar, then there's every time a hole.
Right. I recalled that match when he beat Tony in the Tornado Championships. And it was amazing. That was a rare... it was a rare efficiency that you don't really see, that super rare. I've seen it in one other time. There was a great American player named Dave Gummison in his singles championship when he won in 1996, I believe. He pulled shots from the 2-bar, and he scored almost every time, and he won the championship. I would agree that Billy's 2-bar is the best all time. The best all-time shooting 2-bar is probably Billy Pappas from the United States. Ooh, what a beautiful picture.
Is it?
Yeah.
In your own opinion, it is better than Ryan's?
Oh yeah, it's better than Ryan's. But Ryan has, for me, the second single best performance. So we're talking about one performance. Number 1 would be Dave Gummison, and number 2 would be Ryan Moore. And the reason why Dave Gummison shot from his 2-bar at a high percentage for 5 or 6 matches. We saw Ryan Moore do it in one match with Tony, and it was incredible. But Dave Gummison's shooting was amazing for a whole week. He just shot insane. Overall, though, if I had to have one guy shoot a 2-bar shot for me, it'd be Billy Pappas. But if I needed one guy to shoot a 2-bar shot for me, it'd be close, because if it was a 4-4 match ball situation, I would probably take the 2000 Todd Lafredo. Todd Lafredo, in like his prime, playing with Frederic, would score a match ball because he had something in his pocket he was saving to win the match. And the masters are incredible at that. Anyway, focusing on this, Cindy is still in control here, about to go up 1 more point. If she could pull this off before they switch back to Leonhardt. Lilly, though, with the big block.
I had one last question. You like said so much interesting things. So like, is Sullivan Rue in the United States with like Hannah Smith or so, who I saw here like today these days? It's the best women's doubles.
Yes.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Sullivan and Hannah for sure.
Yeah.
Sullivan plays with Midori sometimes, and they win when they play together. But Hannah and Sullivan have won the last couple, and I'd say Sullivan and Hannah are probably the best women's doubles team in the U.S. right now.
Yeah, because I talked a lot to her yesterday and the day before, and she's like very critic with herself.
Sullivan.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very hard on herself.
Yeah. So we don't see so often here like players from the US, so I can't like see it. But her possessions was so good. Like she's like third and second place. So
2 seconds.
2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds, right?
And she's 19. And she's 19 years old. So she in 2 years, she's going to be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, and it was really fun to watch the games for like, because her play style is so different from what I saw, because no one is shooting push shot, so it's cool to see.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's cool to see it's something different.
Yeah, it's not often that you see like rare shots who don't shoot someone else or so, and then you'll be efficient.
Look at the big fist pump from Lilly Andres. Do you know what the tattoo is on her arm? Looks like a snake.
It's a dragon, maybe?
Dragon.
It looked like a little bit Chinese.
I'll have to go take a look at it.
Maybe, I don't know the English word for it, a koi?
Koi fish.
Koi fish.
Yeah.
It's in English the same.
So you
right?
think it's a koi fish Chinese dragon?
Koi fish, Chinese dragon with maybe some fire.
With some fire? Okay, on a mountain?
On a mountain.
With the ring from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, you know these Chinese temples on a mountain?
Yeah.
I think the koi fish dragon fire is like going around it.
Okay. We're just making stuff up over here. We have no idea what that tattoo is.
No. But I can ask her.
Here it is, right back. So now we are dead even right now, basically. If you're looking at the, well, we're dead even because we're 8-8, but when we look at advantage on the home table, they've been going back and forth, stealing points from each other on each other's home table. And so it's, you know, the goal here is to keep it close. You want to win 10-9 or 10-8 by the biggest margin, but you don't want to lose big because you put a hole, you put your team in a hole.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, nice shot.
And that's why she got that tattoo. Look at it. We get to see it all the time when she's raising her fist.
It looks really nice.
Oh, I
it's
see. There's
like
a yin
cool.
and yang on there. Yeah, she got all kinds of stuff on there.
It looks really cool. I like the sleeves tattoos on one arm. It looks cool.
Do you have any you have some tattoos, right, Niels?
Yeah, I've got like on my ribs, like on my rib cage here.
Yeah.
And like over here, over my shoulder.
I've seen it. It says I love cake.
I love cake.
Wow, what a beautiful split shot. Oh man.
Yeah, what do you think about the about how this game mode, like, you like it or not, like this new Nations Cup mode?
This is a new format, I understand, but we saw some incredible. What about when Kevin Huntsdorfer scored 22 points?
It was fucking amazing, right?
Yeah.
Really,
it was 20-8, and Kevin Huntsdorfer got on the table. We started saying,
and he's like shooting 14 goals.
We started saying it's too close. 20-8, it's too close. Kevin could do this. The format was amazing for that. Here we go, 9-9. This is great because there's only gonna be a 1-point deficit going into the next round.
Yes.
I like this format. I actually like it a lot.
Yeah, it was so nice yesterday. Yeah. And the nice thing is, like, they're shooting like 80 goals and Cindy win. Cindy got the first 10, and now we're switching to doubles.
Yes.
That is the national coach, Mick Kunert, in the backyard there, who was like clapping too. He's like coordinating all. And he's also the friend of Maria Pada. That is one of the national players there. It's the blonde one. I can show you later.
I'm just checking the score right now. Looks like USA has got a 12-8 lead over.